The ABCs of paying for college. Well, I'm going to make it really quick and easy for you. The most money you'll ever get towards the cost of attendance to a college is going to come from that institution itself. That will come in the format of merit aid, financial aid, and possibly scholarships. Merit aid is a scholarship or a financial award. It's kind of a discount off of tuition. The admissions office will read your application, and if they really want a student, often they will give a discount off of their tuition to get you to want to come. It's a recruitment tool. The proxy for this is your application. So when we talk about the 7 things that colleges look for, you want to make sure you nail all 7 of those and that your profile and your student matches what type of student that college wants. If they really, really want you, they're going to possibly give you some merit aid. We have insight on what colleges give merit aid and the percentages of those based on historical data. So merit aid scholarships are what a lot of our kids go for, and that is really why it's important that you have a good college list. Merit aid is really tough to get at those big state schools because the cost of tuition is already low. They are public university, but there is some to get. But really, the private scholarships are the ones where you can get anywhere really from $2,000 to $25,000 per academic year. They want to entice you to come to that school. Some of these merit aid awards are competitive. You could compete for an award at an on-campus weekend. Schools like Nova Southeastern do that. Sometimes they will go to a committee for review. Sometimes the merit aid awards are for specific majors, okay, and they may be limited to students. Those are what we call limited awards. But there are also merit aid awards that are just automatically considered when you apply with your application. That is why it is so incredibly important for you to have a good college application. And when you get your acceptance letter, they may say, welcome, we're really happy to have you. And guess what? You have qualified for X amount of dollars per semester. And that, again, is a recruitment tool to get them, to get you to say yes. It's really hard to know how much money they're going to give. Some schools, Ole Miss is an example, they have a grid for out-of-state students, for in-state students. It tells you what grades you need to get. So if you get in based on the quality of your application and then you have certain grades and test scores, boom, this is how much money they'll give. Sometimes you have to do an extra step. Again, Ole Miss is a great example. They don't automatically put you through for merit aid. Same with App State. But if you're an athlete or a super competitive scholar, sometimes they'll give you a pre-read on your overall eligibility for the school and how much money you may or may not get. So pre-reads are a thing, but not for everyone. You could get anywhere from $2,000 to $25,000 a year. Our kids used to average $60,000 in merit aid. In 2024, out of all of our kids, they got over $4 million. Actually, this says 2019, but I'll tell you now that in 2024, our kids actually got, I think, over $6 million in merit aid. Some kids got up to 100 at each school. Some kids got 15 at each school. It depends on the schools on your list. And then you always want to look at the total cost of attendance, because if you get 10,000 off of a 70,000 school, that's really different than getting 10,000 off of a $40,000 school. So everything needs to be looked at within the realms of the total cost of attendance. Full ride scholarships. All right, these don't happen, guys. So if people are telling you, oh, my son, my daughter got a full ride scholarship, I'm going to tell you that those are really rare. Sometimes they may get them just for the cost of tuition. But unless your student is an athlete who's putting butts in seats and making the college money, let's talk about football and basketball, there really are no full ride scholarships, with the exception every school has like 1 or 2 for that top elite student or that top need-based student. But overall, when I hear that someone got a full ride scholarship, I either say congratulations and walk away, or I ask more questions, because they are really few and far between. So that was merit aid. That's money that you get for free, a discount off of the cost of tuition. Let's talk about financial aid. So what is financial aid? It is the cost of attendance less your expected family contribution, and that gives you what your financial need is. Expected family contribution is now called the Student Aid Index. So the expected family contribution, or now the student aid index, is an estimate of your family's ability to pay. How do you find out this number? You find it out from the FAFSA. There is a FAFSA, which is the free application for federal student aid. And there's also the CSS profile run by the College Board, and some private schools ask you to fill out the CSS as well. And this is to determine how much your family can pay for college and what your family need is. They want to make sure that the students with the most need get the financial awards. Here's how you find them. There's the FAFSA free application for federal student aid. You can do the FAFSA forecaster to kind of get an idea of what yours will be. The CSS profile is located on College Board, and the FAFSA is supposed to open on October 1st, but as we know, this year they did a complete faceplant. We're hoping that next year FAFSA opens October 1st. We will let you know and keep you abreast of that. As far as the methodology, it changes after that you're on top of that, but at the end of the day, different colleges give different percents of need based on your financial aid, and again, that's the cost of education, the whole enchilada. The tuition, the room and board, all of those costs, less what the government says your family contribution is, whether you agree with that number or not, and that gets you to your financial need. We can help you find schools that meet different pieces of that financial need number. Lastly, there's grants. These don't need to be repaid. The federal Pell Grant used to be $6,300. It's about $7,600 now if you qualify for Pell eligibility, which is a rather low family income, but lots of people do get that. These grants are based off of the information that you get from the FAFSA. You can also get loans. They will offer you loans. The government will say, hey, thanks for filling out the FAFSA. Here's direct subsidized and unsubsidized loans. That's about $5,500 a year. It's offered to your student. It's a loan they take out in their name, and it's at a low interest rate. Some colleges will say, hey, welcome, and you just sign here. We'll give you a Parent Plus loan, and you can start paying later. That's through Sallie Mae. We don't love those because there are a lot of hidden costs in those Parent Plus loans. So we're going to talk you through other options. By filling out the FAFSA, you also get the ability to do work study on campus, typically the best jobs. And other ways to get some money would be through the GI Bill or participating in ROTC, where there is a commitment after college to serve our country, and the Yellow Ribbon Program. The last thing is outside scholarships. And like I said from the beginning, the most money that you'll ever get towards the cost of college is going to come from the institution itself, not from outside scholarships. I call them the sprinkle on the Sundays. We like to work with a company called Scholly. We also like Going Merry, but we don't help families with this. It's something that you should do once you've maxed out the money that you can get from the schools where your student is applying. Other ways people pay for college are through those 529 plans. And again, we suggest you talk with your financial planner. We can talk a little bit about taxes and different places to kind of find money to pay for college. And our financial planner is Ann Alcina. Here's her information. And if you mention that you're a client of ours, she'll give you some of her highly valuable time. She also will be here in September to talk us through this again once we know what the changes will be for the class of 2025. So I want to thank you so much for being here. Again, I'm Lee Norwood with Annapolis College Consulting. We are accepting sophomores, juniors, and seniors right now for our one-on-one comprehensive program. Also, we have a 10-hour program. And we've just started the College Sharks. What are they? Well, it's virtual college consulting featuring myself and my partner, Marcy Cohen. And we do series of bite-sized chunks of information each month that we put into our Shark Tank. So for those of you who want to do it yourself but get the best information, for $49 a month, you can join the College Sharks. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys are having a great day. And if you're a client of ours, you can call us and we can talk with you one-on-one about any of these things we discussed today.